What's going on, Cancer? This is your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for you guys. It's looking like you guys are putting your foot down. Let's go ahead and get started with this. What's going on, Cancer? Let's go ahead and get started with this. So your underlying energy is the Knight of Swords. This is definitely talking about taking action and putting in your 2 cents. Cancer, what is going on? You guys are speaking your truth, making yourself known in your relationship. You guys are also, guys, you're making it very clear what you stand for and what you don't stand for, okay? And I think you're fighting for yourself this time. You're definitely fighting for yourself. You know why? Because in your, underneath the card, underneath your underlying energy here, you do have the Page of Wands. So you are taking steps. You are taking action on what it is that you feel like you are, you deserve. I feel like you're fighting for your truth for real. Definitely proud of you guys. The Knight of Swords talks about someone that's also coming into your life in regards, like, very fast. It's very fast moving energy. Things are moving very fast. So I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. Fighting for yourself, standing up for yourself, but also a lot of things kind of happening all at once. This could be a lot of banter, a lot of back and forth. Because the Knight of Swords is very combative energy. It's very about fight, even if it is kind of an immature way. So you could be dealing with a Gemini in regards to that now, okay? Because of the Knight of Swords, you guys could be dealing with a younger, like someone that's younger than you, or someone that's kind of communicates in a very brash, very aggressive way, okay? So, but ultimately, I feel like this is you guys. You guys are speaking up for yourself. You guys are taking charge. You guys are making it very clear what your boundaries are. Or this is a situation where you're having to do that now. You're having to be, stand your ground and fight for what you believe in. Fight for what you, fight for your truth. Okay. Now, not the best thing I want to see in the reading. Honestly, this is really messed up because you have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, don't worry though. This is talking about the worst is over. This is also talking about like releasing and accepting the situation for what it is. It's not easy, it's not pretty, and unfortunately what can you do? You did the best that you could in the situation. That's the thing that you need to tell yourself. You did the best that you could. You stood your ground. You're fighting for it. You're standing it. You're standing deep in the grass, in the ground, feet planted. You stood your ground. It may not have ended in the way that you wanted to. It may have ended in very brutal ways. Like, again, the Knight of Swords here could be very brutal how it ended, but you know that you did the best that you could in the moment, and the situation is over. The worst, rock bottom, it's done. You hit it. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, but the thing here is you have Judgment crossing it. Okay, so the ending of cycle is the start of something that it's calling you to action. That's why the Knight of Swords is there. It's calling you to action. The worst of the situation is over. The worst of it all is over. But it's now what you plan to do with this knowledge and this wisdom that you've gotten from the ending of this cycle to carry you through to the next phase of your life. Okay? Because this is the last card to the world. Now, it's up to you guys whether or not to move forward from the situation and take what you learned and move forward, okay? Now, standing your ground, and it was brutal and it was rough, but are you going to rely on your truth and move forward with your new boundaries, with your new way of communicating what you need and what you don't need in your relationships? Okay? Now, in the past, you had the Four of Swords, so there was a lot of taking, rejuvenating. In the past, you were also meditating on your thoughts and meditating on what it is that you truly wanted in your relationship. I think there was a break even. I think there was like a separation, temporary separation in your relationship. It was just like, I need some time for me. I need to realize, I need to look within myself before I start talking to you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was that situation where you guys really needed to collect yourself and really see, you know, you for you. Because the image of another person could have been kind of scaring that, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of you guys have went through that, probably had a possible break in the past. The present, though, you do have the Page of Swords. You're very vocal about what it is that's bothering you. You're very vocal about your situation. You're very vocal about what's concerning you. But I feel like also you guys could be like, you could be dealing with somebody else that's just the same. Someone else that's pretty difficult to communicate with, or someone that's very, very, very harsh. Because again, the Knight of Swords is the underlying energy. There's a lot of harsh energy. So nobody's being very gentle about their truth. Nobody's really, you know, speaking with, you know, with tact right now. Someone is just speaking their mind. And I think it's you, and I think it's the other person as well. Because the Ten of Swords don't happen this way with just one person. It can, but you really had to do something extreme. I feel like this is just something that, you know, back and forth, you guys are learning to do, one, and then at second, you're dealing with someone else that's like this. Somebody is just does not know the meaning of tact right now. But there's a lot of back and forth. But there's some clear communication. Now, it's not going to get misconstrued. Everybody's going to know where everybody stands, okay? And I think you're figuring out where you stand in regards to this conflict, in regards to this situation. Now, in the future, you do have the King of Swords. So I do feel like in regards to this being a king, and this is, you guys are not fixed signs, you guys are cardinal signs, and you guys would come up as queens if this was referencing you. I feel like the King of Swords is someone that's an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or somebody that's very good with their words and very good at giving advice. But this is someone that's also very clear-headed and very stubborn. Someone that knows their truth to the absolute T. Will never compromise their truth, but they're very objective to listening to other people's truth. But it doesn't affect their subjective truth, if that makes sense. So nothing that you say or nothing that anyone else says will change how they believe, because their truth is the ultimate truth. Now, they know that their truth doesn't affect your free will, and they know that your free will doesn't affect their truth, okay? So it's just like kind of thing. They're very intelligent, though. They're very articulate, okay? I don't know if I said that already, but they're very, very intelligent. Now, the thing here is, too, is that they're very cold. They have the capacity to be very distant and very cold. And they seem very detached from their emotions when you communicate with them, because they don't want to, they actually use their truth and their stern and their harsh behavior, their harsh ways of communicating, or their very diligent truth-only policy, because they're protecting themselves from pain, from hurt, because they've been, you know, they've gone through some stuff in the past. Now, this person can be a male or female. This doesn't have to be any one sex, okay? So just be mindful of that. But if this is you, which very well could be, this is you being more outspoken, being stronger in your truth, and mastering what it takes, what it is to be someone that knows what they stand for, knows what their word, knows, what is acceptable and what isn't, okay? What resonates with them and what doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Now, in your crowning energy, you do have the Six of Cups. So this is talking about the past, looking back. So it's right now, I feel like right here, it's indicating that there is love, okay? There's the potential of love. You may have hit rock bottom right now. You may have hit the lowest of the low. And it feels like love just does not exist. But it does. Because you have love in the past here. I feel like this is soulmate coming in for you guys as well, or this person is a soulmate, and they're trying to show you a new side of yourself that you have never really tapped into before. And I think you've noticed that because they gave you the opportunity to be able to be verbal. Okay, you're able to kind of be like, hey, this is not working for me. You're annoying the hell out of me. Can you just do what I asked you to do, or fuck off? You know what I mean? Because it's like that, you know. And it doesn't have to be just exactly what I just said, but it's showing you that you do have a voice in your relationship. And even if it did end in a very devastating way, you do know that you do have you have what it takes, and you do deserve to be respected in your relationship. Okay? Let's go ahead and clarify the Four of Swords in the past here. Why was there Four of Swords in the past? Four of Pentacles. Okay, so there was a break. There was a definite time of not resistance, but you were taking a break because you were feeling vulnerable. You were feeling like you really had very little to stand on, and what you were standing on, what you were holding on to, was pretty much just kind of out of not desperation, but lack. It was this in a way is a lack mentality, because you feel like you can't get more from where you are. And it's true, you can't, not from here. You have to take risks, you have to go outside of your boundaries. And I feel like that separation really gave you some time to reevaluate the value in yourself, the value that you had, and what you needed necessarily in regards to what you're worth to build and to speak your truth in your relationships. Why is the Page of Swords in the present? For some of you guys didn't break up at all. I think it's a situation finally hit the fan for you. It hit the lowest of the low because you guys did have to communicate. Those of you that are in relationships, but you guys have reached a consensus where, look, this is as far as it goes with this situation. It's not gonna get any worse than this, pretty much. What's the Page of Swords here? That's not Temperance. It's the Hierophant. Wow, you think you guys are talking about commitment, where your commitments lie, or trying to, or maybe you are validating the connection or validating the sense of commitment that you have with someone, or someone is doing that for you. Maybe somebody wasn't very faithful, but I feel like ultimately though, this is a situation where commitment lies, tradition lies. This could be someone that you're dating that's younger than you. However, they're very mature in a certain respect because of the King of Swords in the future. And I'm not sure, maybe they mature a little bit more. You're dealing with somebody that's just wielding their sword willy-nilly without any kind of care in the world, or what it hits, who it slashes, who it cuts. But ultimately, this is talking about finding the commitment within someone. For some of you guys could be spying on somebody, not really trying to see whether or not they truly they truly believe in the connection, they truly believe that truly feels someone that's loyal. I feel like there's a test or just research on someone that's rather loyal. Okay, let's get tested by this. Ace of Swords. Yeah, it's trying to get perspective. It's trying to get a new perspective in regards to how you can commit, how you can truly feel more committed in your relationship. For some of you guys, you're just doing research. You may be doing a little spy work in regards to looking their search, social media and things like that, to see where their heart is, how committed they are in their relationship, and kind of give you that opportunity to figure out whether you're in a toxic relationship or not. Devil card, okay, coming up for you. So yeah, there's a lot of information that's trying to be had here. Communicating whether this person is committed with you, committed to being in a relationship with you or not. Finding your integrity, standing up for what you truly believe in, standing up for your truth is very difficult, but ultimately you have victory through there too. So communicating, where your heart lies and where the loyalties lie, where your commitment is in this phase in your life is what's really important right now. Okay, how does this lead to the King of Swords though? Why does it lead to the King of Swords? Temperance. Moderation in all things. Okay, so it moves into the King of Swords because you're doing the best that you can. You're handling your business. You're doing all that you need and all that's necessary and required from you. Okay, you're speaking your truth. You're being open. You're being honest, and you're handling your business. All right. The universe is going to kick in when it's ready. It's not saying that it's going to rush anything, but one thing is for sure is that it's taking its time. But when it's ready, it's going to be one hell of a ready. Okay, but right now you have to kind of keep the balance. I feel like this King of Swords could be keeping the balance as well. This is someone that's back, not necessarily backing anything, but they have, of course, divine timing on their side. They're not ready to be communicated with right now. This could be someone that's new. But I don't know. They just don't seem like they're ready. So right now you have to just kind of do what you need to do. Communicate. Be who you are. Be true. Why is Six of Cups in their crowning? King of Swords. So this is somebody that, okay, so the King of Swords is coming up in the future. Divine timing. This could be someone that you already know. That's coming back from the past, y'all. This could be someone that you know. Now, something could have happened where, oops, sorry about that. Something could have happened where it was just kind of like, just not kaput, not that great, ended very, very badly. And because you guys communicated it now and spoke your truth about how you truly felt about the commitment that you guys once shared, perhaps it's now, you made your step, you made your move, you played your dice. Now it's time to wait on him and see him or her and see whether or not they do something now. Okay, so what else can you tell us about the, so many cards. This can you tell us about the Six of Cups? Ten of Cups. Okay. Alright, so this is something in regards to happily ever after, completing a cycle with this King of Swords. This person may be very cold. Someone that's very, that knows how to, you know, talk very well. But they mean well, I feel like. There's no malicious cards near them. Nothing. And I feel like this person truly makes you happy, even though they may convey their message in a pretty, very kind of, you know, fucking serious way. But there is some sort of innocence that you guys do have a soulmate connection. That is definitely true. You may have known him from a past life, but remember, when you speak your truth, you know, you speak your truth. They respect that. The King of Swords, the reason, I think even the reason why he's coming up twice is because he respects that you even stand up. He or she. The King of Swords, he respects someone that's open, respects someone that's going to speak their truth, even if he doesn't resonate with it, even if he doesn't agree with it. It's standing your ground and making it clear, like, hey, this is it's how I roll. You don't like it? Deuces. You know what I'm saying, Cancer? And I think, again, you've been doing a really good job with this. The only situation here right now is that this is a transformation period. You're never going to be the person that you were yesterday, 5 days ago. But right here, this is very serious. This is very big. And what's changed is how you handle situations. Maybe this situation could have been prevented if, you know, there was a lot of more communication in a way that was conveying true information, because now you're conveying true information. Right now you're making it clear what your truth is all about. You're making it clear what you think. You're making it clear how you roll. You have victory with this commitment here. You're talking about commitment and how good you felt in that moment. I feel what victory that came about, you know, you in this relationship with this person from the past. But you got to be clear with them. This person that is only going to respond very well with communication that's very, very clear. You know, passive aggressive stuff. You got to be straight up, because you do have a connection with these people. You do have a connection with this person, and they know that have a connection with you too. They're very aware that there's a connection between you and them. But it's all about how you communicate that to them. That's how it's going to stand out. Now, for your wisdom of the oracle, you guys have thinker. So right now it's time to really think about how you communicate. Really think about what you need to communicate. Think about the connection that you have with this person. Think about your truth. Think about what you've been through. Right here, right now, in this present of time, the worst is over. It may not. It's gonna feel like crap, no doubt. It's not easy, and it's devastating when the Ten of Swords happen. But you're changing. You're not who you are. You're changing for the better, because when you hit rock bottom, all you can do is go from up. The only way to go is up. So right now, it's trying to figure out. It's time to take action now. Time to move. Time to be able to say, hey, This is me. This was happened. And I grew from this. I'm no longer this person. I'm ready to ascend. And then you guys have ask for help. Okay? And it says, what is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. Now, I don't know if this is you guys detaching from people. I don't know if this is you guys not trusting people, not trusting who you're around, not trusting your loyalties, and not trusting your friends, and trusting the people that are around you that truly love you. Don't cut everybody off. Because, I mean, you may have had to cut some people off right here. You may have had to be clear and be like, hey, I'm done with the BS. I'm done with this. I'm done with that. You might have... But there's a lot of people that still commit, that still love you, and they still want to help you. And if you know that there's some people around you that truly have your back, don't be afraid to ask them if you need some. Ask them to like hang out with you for a little bit. Communicate with them. Be open and honest, and communicate with them what exactly it is that you need, because you're already doing it. Okay, so don't feel like you're alone in this mess. The Six of Swords, this could be an old friend coming back to help you. This could be somebody that's in your relationship, someone that you had a relationship with, an ex that you just need some comfort from. This is not an easy energy to go through, so don't ever feel like you have to go through this by yourself. But one thing that you do need to go by yourself is judgment. No one else can come with you with that. But at least someone could be there on the other side saying, hey, you made it. Let's go ahead and continue life on. And remember where you came from and move forward from that. But you have to be confident. And you have to be aware that when you need help, it's essentially around you. The King of Swords, as long as you communicate with him clearly, honestly, and truthfully, honestly and truthfully is the same word, you will be able to receive the help that you're looking for. The King of Swords are very good at helping people, very good at giving them their time. They're the card for Aquarius, am I right? So if you ever feel like you need to reach out to someone, be open and honest with them. Do not give them half-truths. Do not lie to them. They will help you. But you have to also recognize that, that you did the best that you could in the moment. And it's time to grow now. It's a little hard, of course, and take all the time you need. You have plenty of time to really kind of regain your strength and really begin to blossom from a period of, of devastation and death. Because this is what it looks like, is the death of a situation. In a sense, So take all the time you need. Allow yourself to have that help and support, because there is people around you that love you, okay, Cancer? But all in all, you did good. Standing by your truth and pushing through. You're no longer taking any more BS. You are serious about what is going on. You're ready to move forward. Alright, Cancer. I hope this reading helped. And I hope this reading was able to provide you with some sort of, with some information and some insight on how to kind of help you through the situation. I know it's not easy. I know. But one thing is for sure, you guys made it. Judgment is here. You can't... the worst is over now. It's time to move forward. You can move forward and take what you can, take what you know, and run with it to the world, okay? Alright, guys, I also wanted to say thank you so much for supporting my channel so much. Thank you guys for all the wonderful and beautiful comments. It's so wonderful seeing you guys comment to me and let me know how I'm doing, and then also let me know your situation, and just being a completely wonderful support group, guys. You just are so wonderful. Thank you also, guys, to my clients. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for working with me and choosing me to be your tarot reader. I love you guys to death, and I really hope that this new year serves you right. Last year was crazy. This year's going to be a little crazy as well, but we can handle it, because if we can handle 2016 and 17, 2018 needs to watch out. Alright, y'all. I love you. And as always, guys, with love, may love prevail. Good luck, and I will see you guys really, 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 really soon. Bye, you guys.